Hi guys. So one of the advantages of having a surgical issue this time instead of a lung issue is that this time I'm on the surgical team instead of the lung team. And that means I'm in the fancy new hospital. My hospital built a huge new building, which was completed recently. And I had not been inside it so much because the lung team is based in the old building. So whenever I've been hospitalized, I've been over there. The only part of the new building I really saw was the ER. But the ORs are all in the new building. And since I am now like a surgical OR patient, that means I too get to be in the new building. So let me show off my fancy new hospital room. This is my room. It's kind of huge. It's definitely bigger than the rooms in the other building. This is my super fancy television. It's literally as big as I am. Yes, I laid down on the floor underneath it to determine that that was in fact true. The cool thing about this TV is that all my care plan and providers are on the screen instead of being on a whiteboard like they were in the old hospital. And that pretty much updates, like every time they do shift change or every time they put in a new order, all that information updates on my screen automatically, which is super cool because when it's on a whiteboard, it's really dependent on people to keep up with the whiteboard, and that doesn't always happen. Another cool thing is that whenever staff walk into the room, on the bottom of the screen, their picture and their name shows up, which is awesome for people like me who are really bad at remembering names. It's a very helpful little feature. It's also a little creepy because that means everybody's, ID tags are being like tracked around the hospital. So I'm sure they probably don't love that. But it's probably also helpful if they need to like find somebody, they can like look them up and see what room they're in. But that is another fancy feature of this room. There's also a lot of stuff that I can control from my bed, and it actually pops up on the cool television screen. So if I like push the light button here, it shows up there. Oh, and now the lights are gonna go off. Oops, wait, let me turn them back on. You can also like dim the lights. Like if I hold it down, it'll give me the option to, make them lower or higher, which is pretty nifty. Another thing that I can control from here is the window shades. So if I push the shade button here and I make it go up, then over there you can see the window shades going up. So that's pretty nifty that I can control the shades from my bed. And another cool feature of the room is this little button right here. This button controls the doors and whether or not they are opaque. Watch and see what happens when I push this magic button. Boom, the doors are clear. And boom, the doors are opaque. So I'm convinced that's basically magic. I don't understand how that happens or what's going on, but it's a pretty nifty little feature that, again, I can control from my bed. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the new hospital accommodations. It's definitely much nicer than it is in the old building. And I'm sure that the next time I'm hospitalized, I will most likely be in the old building. And now I'm spoiled with the new building, so it's going to be a big disappointment. But that's my fancy hospital room.